Alright, so we're sitting here with Connor Baxter at the Dukes Fest. The Dukes race, just got done with the Dukes race, and of course Connor won it again. Been on a roll. So when's the last time you actually didn't win a race?
I think since Battle, when I got third in the surf race and third in the downwinder.
So ever since the Battle of the Paddle, every single race that you've been in, you've won?
I think so, something like that.
And you've been doing like 1 or 2 races every weekend, pretty much, yeah?
Pretty much. Well, the month of July, I had a race like every weekend, the Triple Crown, Nash, Molokai, and then there's a bunch of little ones in Maui and over here that I've been doing, and a few in the mainland.
Yeah, you're coming over here a lot. So
yeah.
how do you're still in school, right?
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
Train and school. That's pretty much my life, really. And schoolwork I'm doing online, so that definitely opens up the window for training and traveling. I can do it anywhere, anytime. And yeah, it's definitely hard, and it's not an easy task trying to you really have to be self-motivated. It's like, okay, surf or homework, and that's when you have to decide really what you got to do. And I only have this is my last year, so I'm really gonna focus hard on that and graduate with some good grades. And after that, pretty much put 110% into stand-up and eventually go to college, but not right away.
Cool. So what's your secret? How do you win all these races? I mean, you have kind of an unconventional stroke. Maybe you can talk a little bit about your stroke technique. What is your theory of what you do?
I truthfully don't know. I think it's just I've had good mentors. I mean, I know a lot of good people. I mean, like Dave Kalama, I've hung out with a lot, Chuck Patterson, Aaron Napoleon, all these top guys that they have so much knowledge, and I'm so lucky that they share it with me, and that definitely helps out a lot. And I've pretty much been on the water since a baby. I mean, with windsurfing, with surfing, so in some ways I guess you could say I'm one with the ocean. When I'm out there, it's just I'm one with the ocean, and I guess that helps a lot, and the respect for the ocean, I guess.
So your mom and dad are always on the escort boat when you have an escort boat. Does that help too, or
yeah,
their role?
Yeah, that helps for sure. Just that motivating, it just helps you out, you know. When someone says, "Come on, keep going," you want to go. It just pushes you harder, and when that goes through your mind, you're like, for some reason, your body just goes completely, like you don't feel any pain, and you just keep going.
So what's your training, like what kind of training do you do during the week? Like I know you've been racing almost every weekend, I guess that's good training.
Yeah.
So like during the week, what do you do?
Well, before like all these races, really I was training a lot, and that was like pretty much wake up early in the morning, like 6:30ish, go to Kahalui Harbor, and go train flat water there, and then go home, do a couple hours of homework, and then afternoon do a downwinder, and that's pretty much was my day. And I guess here and there go run on the beach with my dog or something, but not much gym training or anything like that. Any cross training would be on the water, like windsurfing or surfing or something.
So what do you think has been the biggest difference between taking you over the top to win all these races? Your speed increase. What's made the biggest difference there?
I don't know. I guess maybe just the dedication I have, and for sure training. I mean, if you want to be on the top, you have to train. You can't just be, I'm tough enough, I'm strong, I can win this race. You really gotta train and be ready and prepared for this race. And of course, all the nutrition and dieting and all that stuff helps even more. And yeah.
Like what kind of nutrition and dieting?
I don't do it well enough because I'm still a kid and I spoil myself. But,
Chicken McNuggets instead of the Big Mac.
McDonald's now, but I try to, before the races, eat well. Like day before the races, salmon, real fishy stuff is really good for you. And of course, lots and lots and lots of carbs, and healthy carbs. And that's pretty much it.
That's because he's like 17 or whatever. He can eat lots and lots and lots of carbs. That technique, I don't think for me will work.
Yeah.
I feel like 30 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you need
Connor said to eat carbs. Like, whoa, what happened to that guy?
Well, you gotta burn them, huh? So like a lot of times when I know when you're starting, you always have to grab the paddle way low and you're like slamming the paddle like full speed and stuff. So, but is it because your paddle's too long for you, or why do you hold it like that?
I think one, like I started doing it, and then everybody was kind of like saying, "Oh, you need to learn how to paddle. You need to like you gotta get a good stroke. You know, if you want to do well, you have to do that." So I felt like, well, why would I want to paddle like someone else? You know, so I tried to stick with it, and for some reason it feels a lot more comfortable. I can get a lot more leverage and closer to the water. And where when you're up there, it's like big long strokes. It's really hard to do like quick, powerful strokes. And when you're in a short little race, that's what makes the difference, just that little bit. And even though this wasn't a short race, it got me maybe a little bit in the front for the beginning, and then I can go from there, you know.
Then you kind of bend your knees a lot too, lean into it and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I try to. When I paddle, I try to like almost pumping it, I guess, like a skateboard in a bowl or something like that. Like when I paddle, I kind of lift up on my board so there's less weight, and then it goes and glides and then come down when it's kind of like bouncing it almost, and or pumping it, I guess you could say.
Huh.
I do that naturally, it just doesn't move forward.
Like
it just goes up and down.
Pump it on a wave kind of.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so that way you're on the way and get on the plane. Easier. Okay, that's good.
See, Robert is very confused right now. He wants all the technical aspects of your training and how you keep winning. He's very fascinated with that.
Well, anyway, what else can I ask you? So, yeah, I guess you're just getting started with your career. Like, how old are you now?
I'm 16 right now.
And who are you sponsoring? You know, like how are you making it all work?
Right now, my main sponsors are like Starboard, Maui Gym, and Rainbow Sandals, and those are the guys that are really helping me out. And of course, I have other product sponsors like that, EFX, On It, High Tech. But those are pretty much my main sponsors, and they help me travel and they help me get around to all these contests.
So right now, they see what you're getting is enough to pay all your bills, but probably making some bank or putting money in the bank?
It's really nice because I have my parents right now, and they're still providing me with a roof and food on the table every night. So right now, it's pretty much the money I am getting is pretty much just for traveling though, and that's what it's not for the money though. My mom won't tell me how much I make.
So last weekend at the Gorge Fest, you won what, like $3,000 or something?
Yeah, $4,000.
$4,000. So that's like party money for you.
Down payment to a new truck.
Oh, your mom's like, okay, give it to me.
Yeah, it was funny because that was the first race I did. Kind of went over there by myself, and normally when I get a check, my mom takes it right when I get off the stage. This time I got to hang on to it.
So where's the coolest place you've traveled and why?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Every place is so different, and it's so neat, and it's cool in their own ways. So the coolest place, it's really hard to explain. I mean, Africa is amazing. I've never been that close to wildlife, and if I have, I had a cage between us, so that was a really cool trip. And same with like all of Asia. I've been around, and like Indonesia, went down there for 2 weeks on a boat, and that was crazy. Just best ways you possibly can imagine every day, and you're on a boat with a bunch of good people. So it's hard to. Every trip is so different.
Cool.
Meet girls.
Meet girls?
That's great. That's important, right?
You mean when he's at the beach every day, all in shape and winning everything?
It's homeschooling, so that makes it hard.
Well, yeah, I travel a lot, so that definitely helps. And when you come in first, you definitely get a little more attention. That's what drives.
How do you like to finish today with all the girls like catching the board?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that was cool. A bunch of people helping out. That was really nice for sure.
Actually, let's talk about the mental aspect of it. You know, like like a certain mental state that you try to get in when you're like competing, or or do you ever have like moments where you kind of hit the wall and you just gotta like mentally push yourself past your comfort zone?
For sure. I mean, a lot of people don't realize like, oh, you just, for the Molokai, you have to be the strongest and fittest and train every day and have good endurance, Truthfully, I'd say 50-50. I mean, of course you have to be good at training, you have to have all that stuff, and you have to be good, but mentally you have to be so strong, it's crazy. I mean, you get halfway through and you can't even see a wall and you're just like, okay, am I gonna make it? Is it there? And you're out in the ocean by yourself. I mean, you have your escort boat, but you can't really hear them. They can't be right on side and talk to you the whole way through. So you definitely like start talking to yourself, like, okay, am I gonna make it? Is this true? Like, wow, I'm really tired, And that's when you have to flip the switch and just say, okay, I am gonna make it. I got this. And that's pretty much the main thing. And training for that is really hard. It kind of just comes natural, I guess you could say, just naturally mentally fit, and I've been pretty good with all my, especially from my parents. They just always tell me never give up, and I've always had that motto in my mind, just never give up and keep going until the end, and that's the most important part, for sure.
Do you have any good stories about like wipeouts? Like, what are the biggest ways you've ever surfed or stand-up paddled?
Wipeouts, last winter for sure had a wake-up call. Windsurfing out at Jaws, probably one of the bigger days. I'd say about 20 feet, and that's a pretty big surf, and it was cool because windsurfing, it's a whole different aspect. I mean, I've towed it, I've stand-up paddled it, and out at Jaws, windsurfing by far is the funnest because, one, there's not a lot of people that can windsurf it, so you only got 10 people out there, so it's really a lot of fun, and I guess I was catching a couple good ones, and of course you get a little like, okay, I got it, and that's when Mother Nature acts back, and I caught the next one and went down, and it was definitely scary. I did not know what was going to happen. Had like at least 3 break pretty much right in front of me, and with a life jacket you can't dive under, so it's just full like 20-foot whitewash into your face, and it wasn't a good. It was good and bad, I guess. Now I know I can handle and made it through it, but I don't want to do that again.
Were you scared?
Yes, I was definitely scared. I truthfully, it happened so fast that I don't even really know what happened. That was the good part, but I was underwater for a while, come up like 2 breaths and then down again, and then come up like 1 breath and then you're down again. So, and the worst part was too that since we were windsurfing, there's not many jet skis out there. There's like 5 or 6, and all of them had photographers on them. Whereas normally when you're towing, you have a bunch of skis that are just taking a break or something. So I had to swim to the channel, and it wasn't like I got rescued. And when I came up, I was lucky to be in one piece. I mean, I looked at my gear and, well, I couldn't find my sail. My board was like cracked, my mast was broken, boom was broken, everything. So.
Good thing you weren't strapped in.
Yeah, definitely, and definitely shows you the power of Mother Nature out there.
Kai Lenny told me he wasn't, when he ate it at Jaws, I said, are you scared? He said, nah, I do this every day. But
well, Kai's on a whole different level. He's crazy. I was definitely scared, I'll admit it, but next time it will be different. Next time I already know I can do it, you know. It's just like Molokai. The first time I did Molokai, I was scared, but year after year, now I know I can make it, so I can do it.
Okay.